Yeah. Yeah, what's up, y'all? We're getting started. We're getting playing hated up in here. We're doing the second podcast, yo. Let me just get situated here. In a good position so I'm facing both the cameras at a good angle. There we go, motherfuckers! Okay, let me turn up the brightness. I'm starting it early. I know I said I was going to start at 7 or whatever. Or 5. But, motherfuckers, we starting it right now. Okay, let me turn up the brightness. Home on the range. Whoa. That's what I'm talking. That's too bright, I think. We're gonna go down, down, down. Down, down, down. The flames went higher. And she burned, burned, burned. The ring of fire. Is that too not bright? That is good right there. So if you were following, which you probably weren't, on... Sorry, I'm on my phone. I'll get off it right now. If you were following on Periscope live stream, before the Dynamitegizmo, the pre-show, you would have seen that I made this smoothie. And I did. I made a smoothie. Smoothie! Smoothie! Let's make a smoothie. What's going on my phone? I'm getting text messages out the is-ass. Beast to the motherfucking east to the west. I'm gonna put it on do not disturb mode. Ready? No. There. It's done. So what's a topic of discussion we can talk about? We're 2 minutes into the live stream. I was watching some Cassim G. Let's get that out of the shot. I was watching some Cassim G today, because he's doing his own live shit now too. Podcasting. And I really enjoy his podcast, but I feel like I don't know if he's faking this whole thing about the Dell. The Dell, the puppet. He's running, he keeps saying, putting up a vote, saying how he doesn't want it on the show. So he puts it up to a vote, and the audience members vote on whether or not they want Dell on the show. And they said they wanted Dell, and now they don't want Dell. But I don't know if that's all true. It just seems like people would want the puppet. And he's just making up this controversy just to gain viewers. Which, if he is doing that, that's really smart. That's really smart of him to say, hey, I'm gonna... Because, controversy is a thing. And I think he even talked about it in his podcast. He said, who should I start my YouTube beef with? So he's doing all these little things, but he's not mentioning them to gain viewership, to make it seem like real drama. I think that's what he's doing. Either that or it's actually real drama, because I could see it going in the other way as well, where he's living with his brother and Peter Gilroy, and he's actually annoyed that they're smoking every day. And he's trying to do this podcast. He's trying to get back up and running in YouTube, and it's very difficult when it seems like they're not doing their job. They're just sitting around and smoking all day, smoking dope. So I think that, and he didn't want to seem like he's copying Doug Benson by having a show that's strictly based on smoking weed. And I could see that point of view. Because you do get annoyed. I've had roommates before, and you definitely do get annoyed by them. It's just in little things, because you're just with them every day. You're constantly surrounded by them. You come home from school or from work, and that's your time to relax, but you gotta spend it with these fools. And usually they have like stinky laundry on the floor, or there's always dirty dishes. If you've got roommates, there's always going to be dirty dishes in the sink. Even if you have a dishwasher, they're gonna cause dirty dishes, and they're not gonna bother cleaning them. Even if you have some schedule, and you're like, okay, we're gonna plan this out. We're all gonna do dishes on Monday. On Monday, I'll do this dish duty. I'll do on Monday. You do it on Tuesday. Freddie does it on Thursday. You can have the schedule, but people aren't gonna follow it. People are going to be busy. They're going to end up doing stuff. And like, yeah, I'll get to it. And they're like, well, you were supposed to do it yesterday. Yeah, I'll get to it, man. And then you get in these arguments, and you get pissed off, and you get violent. And violence doesn't cause any, or doesn't solve any issues. I have such a big headache right now. It's very hard to concentrate, but I'm trying. So, speaking of violence, I was also watching Joe Rogan's podcast. Well, I've been addicted to Joe Rogan's podcast. And I think that, on top of Doug Benson's and Kassem's and even a little bit of Bill Burr's and some other people, Star Talk, all kinds, I've been hooked on them all. So I'm like, I want to start doing podcasts. So this is the second episode. I'm way ahead in preparation. I got all kinds of shit. It's like easy, well planned out, ready to go. So it's easy to make podcasts. But when I was making YouTube videos in the past, one of the reasons why I didn't keep up with it or keep consistent with it is because I didn't have enough equipment. I was really young. I was unexperienced. I'm still young. I'm not saying I'm experienced or great or anything. What does that mean? I'm not saying I'm above average or anything, as I'm still below in the bottom, in the depths, in the deep ocean. And I'm trying to swim my way to surface, but I'm still down there, But I mean, I learned from all those experiences. So as I was saying, being that young person that I was, I didn't have the equipment, and it was so hard to try to edit and film and upload and come up with ideas constantly. And I wasn't that good of an editor or whatever, but I felt like I was as a child. Back when, if you watch my older videos, which I don't know if you will, you probably will if this video goes anywhere. You'll go back and watch my older shit, but you'll see like Rudy and Keegan and all that. We used to love doing that shit in high school. But anyway, back to the I was watching Joe Rogan podcast, and the Duncan Trussell ones. I think I watched every single one of them, and I'm disappointed now because I don't have any Duncan Trussells left to watch. 1 second. Periscope smoothie. Made this in Periscope. So, Duncan Trussell. That guy, he's a comedian. He's one of Joe's friends. That guy is really awesome. Hold on a second. Okay, we're good. Pina colada. Just making sure the mic was plugged in, yo. Because last episode we had audio issues. Anyway, back to Duncan. Duncan was talking about having temper tantrums and how to focus on them. And how did he put it? Have a good mindset or something. I don't know. He had a word. I can't remember the word. Anyway, it was really cool the way he described it. He was saying, the next time you get in an argument, you feel like you're bubbling up inside. You're at the tipping point where you just go, I'm gonna fucking kill you, motherfucker. Like road rage was a good example he was using. Where you're in traffic and I hate slow ass drivers. That's and so you yell at them in your car. You just fucking blow up. In no way that you would ever do it to anyone else. But he said next time when that moment happens where you're about to explode, just think about it. Oh, how did he put it? Just think about it. I totally can't remember what he said, but it was so cool. He said just, focus on what you were thinking about. And Scooby-Dee-Deep. Who fucking cares? I don't know. I can't remember what he said, but it was cool. It was the one where he was dressed up as the fucking Pope, and Joe Rogan was in the NASA suit. Go watch that episode. I think it was number 630, Duncan Trussell. Go watch that Joe Rogan podcast. Duncan Trussell had some good points. It'll come back to me sometime throughout this podcast, I assume. So we're 10 minutes into the podcast. Let's jump back to my previous stuff. When I was used to making videos on YouTube with Rudy Pache and Keegan McLeod and Swade Williams and, you know, all them motherfuckers in the hood. So we all grew up together. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch any video 2010 or prior on my Dynamitegizmo channel, and you will see what the fuck I am talking about. So, we all grew up together, the motherfuckers. We were motherfuckers. We were total motherfuckers. No, we weren't. Yes, we were. We were motherfuckers. We just loved making videos. We were the kind of kids in school who we weren't like, we were kind of nerds. We were kind of in the nerd category, like the loser category, but we were one step ahead of them. So there was like the losers on the bottom, okay? And then there was us, okay? Which was like the secondary, the better losers, okay? Where the cool kids would still talk to us and associate with us like we were real people. But they'd still pick on us every once in a while. But if you were in the loser category, they wouldn't even talk to you. You were like you were human. They would call you like, you're a fucking retard. I fucking hate you, and I'm gonna kill you. And then they'd throw shit at you. Okay? So you got the losers, the semi-losers, and then you got the medium students. Those are the students who are just about, they're almost cool, but they're not quite cool. They do well in school, like better than average. See, the semi-loser category that I was in, I did less than average. I was like, boom, I didn't give a fuck about school most of the time because I hated how they taught. And anyway, but anyway, so you got the mediums, you got the medium students, and then you got the cool students who are like, yeah, that kid's cool. And everyone talks to them, okay? But then you got like the top of the class, A-list, celebrity-ass, motherfucking king students who are just like, everybody in the school knows them. They always getting into shit. Like, they're prom king. Oh, I was waiting for that one. They're everything that you want to be. And what else? But what, you know, they grow up, they're drug dealers, they're motherfuckers. They rape people, they're gang banging, they're banging, swing swanging, Joe janging, bring banging, sing sanging, fang hanging, mo hanging, bang banging, shang langing, Rodney King's coming to town. Anyway, back to where I was. So, that I was in the semi-loser group. Boppity boopity. Okay? It was that easy. So we were all about making videos. We didn't talk about shit to anyone in our class. If anyone in our classes found out that we made those crazy ass videos on YouTube, you know what they would do to us? We would be made fun of every single day. So we made sure not to post on Facebook, just Facebook, because that's all there really was back then. Just Facebook. As long as we kept it off Facebook, no one knew about it. Alright? So that was cool. And we were like, once we graduate high school, we can start posting on Facebook so we can get better viewers. We can get our friends to finally view our shit. And I'm posting on Facebook now. I got my own Dynamite-Gizmo Facebook page. Yo. And I post on every social media I have, I post. And most of the kids that were in my junior high and high school, they still follow me on all my social media. Some of them do, not all of them, but some of them do. and they'll see the stuff that I post, and I don't care anymore. I don't care. When you get older, you start to care less. I'm not saying I'm old. I'm not saying I'm old. Don't think I'm saying I'm old, okay? I'm not old and experienced. I'm only 22. But I'm just doing what I do. Bartman and you. Fucking with Dre. Playing to win. I got the juice and gin. Same shit you was fucking with way back when. Look, my nigga. We just gotta take buck shots. Get together, make a record. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Cause I'm radical, you know. It was an NWA song, so I was allowed to say the N-word, okay? If you're doing an NWA song, if you're doing a Snoop Dogg song, if you're doing a Dr. Dre song, if you're doing any black person's rap song and they use the word nigga, you can say it when you're reciting the song because that's part of the song. I love rap music. I'm really into it. Okay? And people out there are always like, you can't say the N-word because you're white, just because you're white. But it's not like I'm saying it because I'm racist. I'm not like, yo, look, my nigga, we just gotta take buck shots. And I'm like, you know, I'm not saying I'm trying to kill niggas because I hate niggas. I'm just saying nigga because that's part of the song. What? I have massive respect for rap artists. I love it. I love everything about it. It's so cool. It's my favorite music. And it was growing up too. I used to have if you actually look back at my old videos, you'll probably see a 50-cent clock on my fucking wall. I'm not really into 50 Cent anymore. I'm into the old school hip hop. You know, like the originals. NWA. And speaking of which, I gotta reframe this so you can see the top. But then, look at that. But okay. So speaking of NWA, that's NWA right there. We got NWA, Dr. Dre, Compton, Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, B.I.G. Greatest Hits, Eminem Curtain Call, Goblin, fucking Tyler the motherfucking Creator, Encore, Eminem, Eminem Presents the Re-Up, Death Certificate, Ice Cube, Slim Shady LP, Ice Cube Greatest Hits, Unplugged Nirvana, New York, Dr. Dre The Chronic, Dead Mouse, Random Album Title, and Snoop Dogg Boosh. I got records. I got way more records than I got CDs. I got these CDs for my truck, just so I got something to listen to when I don't got my iPad, because all my music's on my iPad. I don't want to fill up my phone with music. So when I don't have my iPad, I just use a CD. One of these CDs, or a mix CD that I had from 2007, which I don't even bother listening to anymore because I was in grade 6, and it was just like, what kind of music? But it's not all bad. A lot of 50 Cent, a lot of Tupac, but then just a lot of like Weird Al and childish music like SpongeBob. Remember SpongeBob? That motherfucker was the motherfucker. He was my favorite. I still like SpongeBob. But I heard he went downhill by the time I stepped away from him. So what were we talking about earlier? Dr. Dre. Let's ask Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre, I got a question if I may. I'm really excited for Grand Theft Auto 6 because I am so bored with Grand Theft Auto 5. Look, I kind of look like, what's his name? Filthy Frank. He wears those glasses. Filthy Filthy Frank is super filthy. That guy is fucking disgusting. That puke. Him and iDubbbz and How To Basic and Mad Max or whatever the hell his name is, Max Mofo. Those guys are all filthy. Okay, they're all gross. Especially How To Basic. He gets his legs and his gross ass feet up in that shit. Ew. Smashing eggs off his crotch. Well, not really his crotch, but like his inner thigh right next to his ball sack. Smacking it. Ooh. Has anybody ever discovered who this guy is? Because, I mean, Filthy Frank knows who's Filthy Frank knows who's he is he woozy. Filthy Frank knows who he is, wicka, yeah. You know what I'm trying to say. Filthy Frank knows him. Max Mofo knows him. I've never watched his YouTube. And iDubbbz knows him. Ian. First time I discovered Ian, it was like last year in April maybe. I don't remember the date, but I remember it was the Keemstar, when Keemstar was all the rage. I discovered Keemstar when Tobuscus got accused of raping someone. Rape. Ooh, we'll talk about Bill Nye in a second. Okay. So back to how I discovered iDubbbz. Okay, so iDubbbz did what the fuck did he do? The cop, content cop, that's it. He did a content cop on Keemstar. And I was like, whoa, who's this guy? This is funny. This guy's going somewhere. And then I was like, oh, he's already gone somewhere. iDubbbz had a really cool idea, a really unique outlook on what he was doing, and nobody was doing what he was doing. And it kind of reminded me of myself, like just going out there with a camera and your friends and just filming shit. But ours didn't get anywhere. We were young and not quite at his level. You know, he was doing that at like 26 or whatever, so he has a lot more experience. He still has more experience than I do. I'm 22. One day I will puke on this podcast. I make that my word. What does that mean? So what's this for, you say? To plug into stuff? Yeah. So, Bill Nye. Bill. Bill Nye, the science guy. Woo! Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill Nye. Okay, I just gotta look something up here. I gotta look up. Shit me sideways. Okay. Actually. Hold on a minute. Okay, I gotta look up, who, okay. One second. Sorry for the wait, I am just looking something up right now. What? Are you kidding me? It says here Tyler the Creator did the theme song for Bill Nye's new show. You take out that snare, it could be a host song. And it's a new that Tyler the Creator is behind the... It has now been revealed that Tyler the Creator is behind the new theme song. The show shared a conversation between Nye and Tyler, who discussed the original theme song. Oh, that's so cool! And Tyler was in... Okay, so Bill Nye has the new show called Bill Nye Saves the World. Saves the world! Bill Nye saves the world. And he's got like 15 episodes or something. I don't know how many episodes it is. Shit, I opened up Safari. Don't you hate that? Okay, who out there honestly uses Safari? Somebody tell me. Keep Chrome, you piece of poo. Because I haven't used Safari in a long time. Google Chrome is the only way to go. Okay? So Bill Nye has this show. Bill Nye Saves the Motherfucking World. I'm trying to open up the page here so I can see how many episodes are actually in it. Season 1. Hold on, my computer's slow as a ball sack. Dum 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 da dum 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 da dum. Looks like there's 13 episodes, okay? There's 13 episodes of Bill Nye Saves the Motherfucking World. And Derek Muller from Veritasium is in it. And there's these two girls on there, Carly Kloss and Emily Cladarelli. They are so sexy. Oh my god. I love watching the show for them. And then Nazim Hussain. He's a comedian. He's pretty funny, actually. He's a really funny guy. I liked his stuff, too. I thought it was a good show. There was some controversy. I don't know. I didn't even pay attention, so I don't even know what the controversy was. I think it had something to do with how he was describing how sexuality and gender are on a spectrum, and you can be anywhere. Boom, boom, bop, boom, bop, boom. I might be fucking this up. If I'm fucking this up, don't take my word for it. Just go watch the Bill Nye episodes. They're awesome. Which I watched every single one of them. Just like boom, boom, one after the other. I finished it all off in one night. And it was worth it. Because I came out of there feeling like, what? I just binged watched a TV show. Oh, that felt gross. Just sitting on the couch doing nothing. God damn it, Bill Nye. What are you doing to me? Just kidding. You learn a lot. Well, you might not learn a lot, but you'll learn at least something. The stuff about the sexuality, I learned some stuff. Whether even if your argument is, well, that's just Bill Nye's point of view. I'm not saying it's truth or false or fiction or funko, fanky, franca. You believe what you want to believe, and I'll believe what I want to believe. But as long as you keep it to yourself and don't force it upon others, then fine. That's great. Don't force it on anyone. Don't force anyone. Let this world evolve. And yes, this so-called studio is just a simple hallway. Right in there is a bathroom. A bathroom. Yep, right in there. There's a door, and then inside there's a bathroom. And yes, I plan on having guests. When, I could not tell you. Maybe this weekend. Who knows? Back to you, Dr. Joseph. Hi, my name's Dr. Joseph. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about alcoholism. Are you addicted to alcohol? Well, I've got a pill for you. It's called the Neglatoothla pill. Take the Neglatoothla, and in 2 hours, you'll poop out a worm. Alcoholism cured. Sorry, that's my sponsor. Alcoholism. Everybody cheer for alcoholism. I want myself some alcohol. Alcoholism is the way to go. Saber-toothed tiger. Saber-toothed tiger. Woo! Saber-toothed tiger. Woo! Okay, what the fuck am I doing? I'm losing my mind here. I can't think of anything to talk about. I'm running out of ideas. How long are we? We're 30 minutes into the podcast. Take a look at my notes. What have I got? My notes? Tap water comes from poo. I mentioned this in the first episode, but I doubt you watched the first episode, because the first episode sounded like someone was taking a violent, crispy, cringly dump all over the microphone. But anyway, I talked about tap water comes from poo. I didn't talk about it for very long because I was very nervous for some reason. And it was an awkward conversation with the computer. And camera. Anyway, tap water comes from poo. So I went on a flight to Dominican. You know where the Dominican Republic is? It's this island. Let's talk about Dominican. Let's talk about Dominican and poo. We're going to talk about Dominican and water and poo. Okay, here we go. So I got a few weeks ago, back in April, the beginning of April, it was like the end of March. The end of March. I went to Dominican on the flight. So I needed some magazines to read on the flight. I got the magazines, and in one of the articles, they were saying that the pooey water that you flush goes through the entire water system that's in your sink and everything else in your tub. So poop and piss and puke and Cheerios and everything that goes down the toilet, and hair and pubes, dingleberries, sperms, alligators, French fries sometimes. All kinds of this crap goes down in the system, and it goes through like 4 different major filtration systems. And it gets released back into nature, and then it gets sucked out from nature back into your toilets and in your sinks. So you're drinking pooey water. If you drink tap water, you're drinking poo and piss. Even though they say there's no chance of that ever recontaminating, because the filtration is so massive, because it goes through 4 different filtration systems. So that's the poo story. So anyway, what goes on in Dominican? Well, if you go on the beaches of Dominican, I don't know about all the beaches, but the beaches where I was at, Puerto Plata. Puerto Plata. Not the great. Okay, I'm not going to say anything negative about it. It's just compared to others. Okay, but anyway, so on the beaches, there's just vendors constant everywhere. There's not a second where you're relaxed and not talking to a vendor, because every second is taken up by a vendor speaking to you, trying to sell you some bull crap. Okay, I did buy some stuff, but I bought it for cheap, real motherfucking cheap. Okay. So the first thing I got, this guy, I wasn't trying because I had all my family there, so they were all talking to the vendors the first day. And I was just, I was able to avoid them because my family was taking over the swarms because it was our first day, so they actually wanted shit. By the time we got to like the 5th day, we were like, get the fuck out of my face, you fucking piece. Like in our heads, we didn't really say that shit. Except for one family member who's kind of rude. I'm not going to say any names, but you know how it is. You know how it is. Anyway, so the first day, this guy comes up and he sees my flip-flops. I got Slurpee flip-flops, the red, white, and blue. America, America. I'm not American. I'm Canadian. But anyway, he's got this, looks like what do you call those necklaces that bros wear? Frat boys wear? Fucking hookah, whatever. Honkabukus, the nakawukus. You know what I'm talking about? Like the wooden necklace thing. With like little pieces of wood, like macaroni kinda. I can't remember what they're called. Buka shells, that's it. He's got like this buka shell necklace, but it's got the colors in between all the pieces of wood. It's got red, white, and blue circles in each. I'm just checking the chat right now. There's just obviously no one here. Okay. So, so it's got these red, white, and blue circles matching my fucking flippy floppies. And he's like, yo, bro, you buy this fucking necklace, $20. And I'm like, dude, I wasn't even interested. You came at me out of nowhere. No, I don't want it. I don't want the fucking necklace, man. And he's like, yeah, $20, I'll give you this necklace. And I'm like, dude, I'm not even close to being interested in this fucking necklace. And he's like, all right, 15, I'll give it to you. Don't tell anyone, I'll give it to you for 15. And I'm like, bro, I'm not interested. I don't want no fucking necklace. And he's like, okay, $10, that's all I'm doing. And I'm like, I got $5 in my wallet right now. In my camera bag right now. That's all I have. $5. And he's like, I can't do 5. And I'm like, well, I don't even want the necklace, dude. $5 is all I'm offering. And he's like, you're mafia. I ain't selling to you. You're mafia, bro. You're mafia. And I'm like, whatever. And he's like, all right. He throws it on my chest because I'm laying down. I'm like relaxing on this nice green chair because they supply them. And he's like, all right, $5. He's pissed. You can tell he's pissed. So I reach in and I'm like, oh shit. You got change for a 10? He's like, yeah, I got change for a 10, motherfucker. No, he didn't say that. He didn't say anything. So he gave me change for a 10. So that's what it's like. But then day 2, you got the vendors coming back, and still some family members missed day 1, so they buy some stuff, okay? But they're still there constantly. And then day 3, no one wants anything by then. And they're still coming up to you. Same guys with the same shit every day. And it's like, no, bro, I don't want anything. I don't fucking want anything. But you don't say it because they're nice. They're nice people, but God, they just get all up in your face. And then day 4, you're like, ugh, please just fuck off. And then by day 5, you don't even respond. You don't look at them at all. They come up to you and they're like, hello? You look? Hello? You want to buy? Hello? And you're like, no. And, people get furious. Some people do. Because it is kind of annoying. Because you think about it, you go to the beach to relax. You just want to sit down. You don't want a bunch of guys all up in your face. And I mean every second, someone would be in your space, invading, trying to sell you some shit. Every single second. There's not a second where there wasn't a vendor. There was an area, if you paid extra, and you got these silver bracelets, I think they were. Silver was the color. Some of our family members had gold, but it didn't mean shit, okay? But there was a silver bracelet that meant something good. And you got these nice beds on the beach that were like covered in these white balcony looking things. And you got waiters, personal servants coming up to you, serving you drinks and food. And vendors are not allowed to go into that space. That's the VIP space. So they could if they called them over. But other than that, they wouldn't. Anyway, speaking of vendors, there was this one guy. Ooh, he makes me laugh every time I think of him. Oh. But he has... Okay, he's got like a big like mesh bag, you can see through it, full of Crocs, draped over his back, and he's holding it like Santa Claus. And then hanging over this shoulder, he's got a bunch of piggy banks. A bunch of like plastic piggy banks. And then also in this arm he has a bunch of coconuts that were carved into a monkey. And he would walk out onto the beach and he would just be like, monkey see, monkey do, I have piggy bank, I have the monkey, I have sandal. And he was so enthusiastic. And he would come up to us and be like, monkey see, monkey do, I have piggy bank. And I was laughing so fucking hard. And he's like, do you want the monkey? And I'm like, no. And he's like, okay. And he starts walking away. And it was so cool. And I thought to myself, if every vendor were as cool as this guy, nobody would be hating on these vendors. Because like I was saying, by day 5, everybody hates the vendors. But this guy... he was just so funny. He was so funny. This little song that he created for like the shitty shit that he was selling. Like there was literally plastic piggy banks, a coconut fucking carved that like a shitty monkey, and then fucking a bag full of like dollar store Crocs. Like nobody's gonna buy that shit off of him. But he was so, like, what? He was so happy. And he was just rolling with it. Celebrating. Being like, yeah, I'm going to make some money today, probably. Even though he probably made no money. Oh, well. He enjoyed himself. That's all that matters, I guess. It just made me fucking laugh my ass off. I have piggy bank. I've got the monkey. And you could hear him coming from like miles away. Like if you just listen, he'd be like, monkey see, monkey do. I've got piggy bank. And like, you'd be like, uh-oh, here he comes. But some of the guys were rude. Some guys were rude. If you didn't buy anything from them, you were like, nah, not interested. Like, what? It doesn't cost anything to look. Just look. I'm like, man, I already looked yesterday. I didn't want it yesterday. I don't want it today. He's like, just look at it, man. And then they get mad at me because they're like, this is how I make a living. You not supporting me? You fly all the way here and sit on my beach and you ain't gonna support me? I'm like, dude, I bought from all these other guys. There's hundreds of you. I can't buy off of all of you. I only brought so much money. And he's like, fuck you. And then they walk away. And he's like, whatever. Man, get out of here. I didn't want your stinky ass anyway. Some people sold some just garbage. And there was all the women. Not all the women. Yeah. No. Well, yeah. I think all the women only sold massages. They would only sell massages on the beach. But the guys would walk around with briefcases full of shit, like pipes and stuff, or bags slung over their shoulders, and they had to wear pants, and they had to wear shirts, and shoes and socks. Can you believe that? And it was so fucking hot there. It was 30 degrees Celsius like every day. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit because I live in Canada. We go by the Celsior. Bumble bore, tumble door, thumble bumble 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 bump 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 bow. Ooh ooh ooh. Coming out my back door. Imagine if that was a song about buttholes, because some people referred to the back door as the butthole. The B-U-T-T-H-O-L-E. Motherfucker. Buttholes. Get your butthole on. Nice transition. Thank you. Let me take a sip of my motherfucking sippy sip. So, there is... What's next? Goody Mob and West Coast Connection. Or West Side Connection. So as I said, I was into rap. I'm still into rap. Goody Mob and West Side Connection. So West Side Connection is a group that Ice Cube, Mac 10, and WC formed back in the 90s. And one of the songs called The Gangsta, the Killer, and the Dope Dealer, there's a part where Mac 10, or no, WC, he's like, who's that dumping out the window? Who I? Okay. And then in the Goody Mob song, almost the identical lyrics are said. Words like, who's that jumping out the window? I don't know. I just wanted to bring that up, I guess. I wrote it on the card. I'm just reading what's on the card. So, check it out if you're interested. The Goody Mob song is called... let me look it up. Let me look it up right now. I will look it up. I bet no one even gives a fuck. I bet no one gives a fuck. In my truck, take a suck with the puck. Come on! Okay, fuck it. My computer's really slow. Because I'm doing a live stream and my internet is the slowest internet in the entire world. What's next on the card? AI self-driving cars. Why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about AI? I'm just going to talk about it. So, artificial intelligence, self-driving cars. People are so scared. They say to themselves, why in the fuck would I ever want a robot driving me around? They think that there's certain things a robot can't do that a human has to do. They think if the car is going to go over get a control, they need the human there to control it. But you really don't. Humans have such a slow reaction time. We are the slowest motherfucking animals on this earth, okay? There are animals out there who have millisecond, like they can snatch a fly out of the air in milliseconds. You wouldn't even know it happened. And we can't, our reaction times are terrible. If we had a computer driving us around, this vehicle is going to have sensors all around the entire vehicle, okay? If it sees a deer jumping out in front of it, if someone slams on their brakes, it's going to detect the headlights. It's going to detect the taillights, the brake lights of the vehicle in front of it. It'll detect it, and it will detect the deer, and it'll snap on. The signal goes directly to the brakes. Boom! Apply direct brake pressure, and it's sending information to all the wheels. It knows how fast they're turning. If they're skidding on the road, they let off the brake on one tire, and this is all happening in a second. All the shit that you would never be able to control or comprehend, you would come out of the experience alive and okay. You wouldn't die, or at least you would have less chance of dying than you would if you were driving. If you saw a deer jump out in front of you, you would more than likely hit it, because you wouldn't have time to react. And even if you did, you would probably apply too much brake pressure, and if it was raining outside, you'd just slide right into the deer. So, these robots, if it was raining, it would sense that this tire was getting, no traction at all, and it was just going out of control. It would, loosen the brake pressure off, maybe let it spin, whatever it has to do to prevent you from having an accident. Also, it detects the lines on the road. Even if they're not there, it's still GPSed. There's all these safety features involved that keep you safe on the road, and if you think about it, it's just the way we need to go. We need robots to drive the vehicles. As soon as robots have control over everyone's vehicle, you'll see statistics showing that there were no deaths, no car accident deaths. It will just follow the rules of the road, every robot, and then do what it needs to get to the destination. Constantly aware, constantly awake. It doesn't fall asleep, nothing. And if there ever was a complete, and it has countermeasures. If one system fails, there's 3 other systems backing it up. It always has something in case one system fails. And then if it ever got to a point where all systems were failing, it would alert you. If you were asleep or whatever, there would be a buzzer, there'd be something. Be like, wake the fuck up, you need to take control right now. But then you might argue and say, well, if you were sleeping and it woke you up like that, you're still half asleep. You're not going to be able to control the car. That's true. Well, I think the whole idea is that these countermeasures are so put in place so that that situation's never going to happen. There's no way, if one computer fails, all other three other ones fail as well. That's not going to happen. And if it does, it'll be rare occurrence. And Freightliner, the trucking company, the 18-wheelers, semis, whatever you want to call them, okay? They have an awesome system where the truck that's in front of them is the lead truck, okay? And all the other trucks behind them are all wired to detect the truck in front of them and stay a certain distance apart from them constantly throughout the entire travel. And when the truck in front brakes, the truck behind it brakes, the truck behind that brakes, and they all brake at the exact same moment. And they always stay the exact same length, exact same distance apart from each other, because they're communicating. And the driver does nothing. He just sits there, reads a book, watches TV, eats a macaroni salad that he had in his lunch can for 5 weeks. But he thinks it's okay, because it's a cooler. Ba-dum-bum. Look at this, baby. The first successful podcast, and we're 51 minutes in. What? Oh, God damn it. I saw Grandma kissing Santa Claus, kissing Santa. Okay, what should we talk about now? Okay, well, I don't know. Stupid channels like the Daily Mail. You know what channels I'm talking about. The ones you see on Facebook where they just like, look at this puppy. He had one leg and he got saved. And they gave him a fucking wheel to roll around in. Oh, how cute. And it's just all this. I don't even want to get into it. I need to do more research before I just get into it. But I hate those fucking videos. I hate them. I'm sick of seeing them. I'm fucking sick of seeing them. And even Good Mythical Morning's getting into it now with the fucking bacon and shit. Okay, let's go right to 60 minutes. And then we'll end this shit. And then we'll end this shit. Okay, I need one more topic to talk about. I need a topic, bro. I need a topic, yo. I need a topic, bro. Are you guys ready for the Tupac movie? All Eyes on Me? Okay, you know what? I'm not going to go to 60 minutes because I'm out of material. I can't think of anything else to talk about it. So that's it for this Dynamite Gizmo podcast. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe. Check out the YouTube channel. If you're on the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you haven't checked out the Twitch channel, then check out the Twitch channel. If you're on the Twitch channel now, then don't check it out. I know it's confusing. I know I upload the two places at once, but that's all part of the plan, motherfucker. Anyway, peace. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Maybe this weekend. See ya.